Hello and welcome to the MMA Coaches Corner, UFC Vegas 13, Santos versus Teixeira prediction. So, I am the fighter,
I'm the coach.
and together we are the MMA Coaches Corner. I'm Alexei Scott, joined here by my co-host George Scott. How you doing today?
Yo, what is going on, Scott Sportscast Nation? We're here. We're giving our breakdowns and our picks for this upcoming UFC event. So, with that, I'll toss it back over to you.
All right. So our first fight we got up on the main card is going to be Claudia Gladha versus Exana Yan. Exana Yan, 12-1. Her last loss, or her only loss, came in 2010. So she's been on quite a tear, even though she had a little bit of a layoff. Training out of China Top Team. She is an animal. She just loves to strike. She lets her hands go. But the only thing about both of these fighters is all of their fights since they've been in the UFC are decisions. So they're a bunch of decision machines. Claudia, however, was a coach on The Ultimate Fighter. She has better top control, takedowns, ground and pound, but she will stand and bang and trade. So if I'm Claudia, I don't want this fight to stay on the feet. I want Claudia to be able to take this fight down and control her opponent on the ground. Exana, no slouch. Claudia, no slouch either. This one's real tough for me to pick. What's your opinions on this fight?
Yeah, I think Claudia is, coming off of a loss. I don't think that she is the best takedown artist. However, uh, her opponent is or not the number one, but her numbers for the takedown defense are in the 70%, so 75% takedown defense against some top opponents. I think she's going to be able to keep the fight standing. And what's her name? What?
Exana.
Ziana? Oh, Exana. I think she'll be able to definitely keep the fight standing where she wants it and possibly even get a TKO.
Nice.
Break that decision streak.
Yeah, I don't think the decision streak's going to be broke, but if this stays a striking battle, I definitely see Exana taking this one and keeping that 10-year win streak alive. So I'm also going to have to go with Exana on this one. But I think this one's going to end by decision. Expect a pretty good fight on this one, though. Don't know if it'll be fight of the night, but it'll be close.
So.
All right. So our next fight we have is going to be Roni Barcelos versus Khalid Taka.
Tahal.
Yeah. Or Tahal. Yeah. All right. So 15-1 for Barcelos, and 13-2 for Taha, the Warrior. Honestly, when I was looking over Taha, I didn't see too many things that really impressed me about him. His striking seemed average. Everything just kind of seemed average. His power, his movement, his head movement, takedown, anything. It just seemed pretty average across the board. But for Barcelos, he's undefeated since he's got to the UFC. 4 wins in the UFC on an 8-fight win streak in total. Smooth transitions. He can go from the feet to the ground. But this guy has power in that right hand. One of the biggest things that I think is going to come into play is the versatility that Barcelona presents, and also with just the power advantage. So I got Barcelona winning this one, or Barcelos winning by TKO.
Yeah, I got the same breakdown. I got the same score. Barcelona, Barcelos, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Barcelos. He's the better of the two well-rounded fighters. Both guys are really good at everything, but not great at anything. So give me the more powerful guy, the more experienced guy, and the guy that's lost less. So I'm taking Barcelos here to get it done. Probably a decision. Probably won't be a knockout, but I got a decision win here.
Yeah, and this one has the potential of being a real scrap at the weigh-ins. Man, that stare down lets you know that both fighters are ready. Neither one of them backing down. Neither one of them look nervous. Both of them just super confident and expect that to make for a great fight.
Yeah.
So our next matchup, we have 14-3, Ian, the Hurricane Henrich, taking on Brendan Allen, all in, who is 15-3. This one, better watch out for that right hand of Ian, man, because I get H-bomb vibes from him. He's good. He'll slip the punch and just find any way to land it. And it's one of those, he's going to throw it, but can you stop it? Because if it connects, it's a wrap. As for Allen, he has good submissions. He has good takedowns. If I was Allen, I'd want this fight on the ground in a heartbeat. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get it there fast enough.
I mean,
Yeah,
Allen
and
did
then
have 5 KO TKOs too, so he's no slouch with the hands either.
yeah, but definitely I'm gonna have to give the one punch knockout advantage to Ian. So give me Ian here by TKO. He has good top control if this fight does go to the ground. I think he's a little better on the ground than Allen is. At least in the sense of not getting submitted. So give me Ian winning a TKO decision or TKO here.
Okay, well,
Oh,
yeah, I agree with
my
what
bad.
you said.
My bad. I actually have Brendan Allen by submission because his submissions were better. I had that mixed up. But yeah, so Allen is the one with the great ground game.
So you're taking both guys, right?
Yeah. No, I'm taking Brendan Allen by submission.
Okay. Yeah, I got Brendan Allen here winning the fight by decision. I feel this one could be the fight of the night. It's a good ground guy versus a great striker, but they can both do well in the other category. So I believe Brendan Allen, he's been on a tear. He's been looking good, facing some real top competition, and I think he's going to keep it going. Gets the decision victory here against Ian.
Nice. The one thing I do like about Ian is that if you do try to kick him, he's really good at catching kicks and turning them into takedowns. So if Allen might want to throw a few kicks there just to get this fight to the ground and be able to work. All right. So we'll take an Allen there. Our next fight, the co-main event. My God, Russian Andre, the Pitbull Arlovsky, This guy has been fighting since fighting was invented. I think he has 1.5 million fights and 1.5 million wins and losses each. So he's been fighting ever since we first started getting into MMA over a decade ago. Don't think he still has it. It's one of those things where now he's just eating losses, eating knockouts. Really, he just won his last fight though by decision. I just don't see my guy getting it done against the mullet, the powerful right hand. His last 2 fights, he had a knockout in the first round and then a knockout in the second round.
It's got to be the hair cotton.
It's got to be the hair cotton. Younger, fresher, more athletic. I don't think that Arlovski's going to be able to use any sambo, or he's going to have to be super technical, move a lot. He's not going to be able to stand and trade with this guy. So give me Bozer, the bulldozer, by knockout here.
Yeah. Andrei Arlovski's 41 years old, is taking a ton of punishment. I'm not quite sure why he's still fighting, but I learned my lesson last week whenever I picked Anderson Silva. So I'm not making that mistake 2 weeks in a row. So I'm also going to Bozer here. Arlovski's just a kickboxer at this point, really just a boxer. Doesn't throw too many kicks anymore. He doesn't finish people anymore. He's way past that stage in his career, and I think that Bozer's just a young, up and coming, young, hungry guy that's gonna be able to put it on him and probably get the knockout, probably early, probably in the first round, like a TKO or something. But Arlovski's game. He's not a bad fighter by any means, but he just is way past his competitive prime. So he's just gonna get fed to the wolves here as a gatekeeper.
Yeah, and also the thing about Arlovski is, like you said, he's just been doing it for so long, but the game evolved without him. He didn't keep up with the Joneses, and it really cost him later on in his career, because he had a great record when he was early, but now he's almost back to even after 29 fights with 29 wins and like 19 losses. So it's that's a mixed bag there. And all of those losses pretty much came at the end of his career, and I think he's going to get number 20 here. Give me the mullet.
Yeah, with hair like that, you better win. So I'm taking the mullet as well.
And he's just a funny dude too, man.
We took camo shorts last week, and it paid off. Now we're taking the mullet, and it's going to pay off again.
Oh, yeah. And one of my favorite things about him is just his personality, Bozer. He's over here helping people lift weights, and then he's all just looking on Instagram. He's like, dude, you need to see the ass on this chick, as the dude's trying to bench, and he's just like kind of one-handed looking at his phone trying to spot him, and he's just like a baby Roy, Big Country.
Yeah, Roy Nelson.
So I just like everything about this kid. He's got the character, he's got the moves, he's got that powerful left hand. So let's see if he's right hand. So let's see if he can land it. But the thing is he also uses kicks, and Arlovski stopped using kicks. So that's going to play a part if it goes to decision. And then that brings us to the main event. Thiago, the straight killer Santos, taking on Glover, the straight killer Teixeira. This is going to be fight of the night right here.
Yeah, that's what I got.
we all know about Glover Teixeira. He can finish you standing. If it goes to the ground, he will squeeze you until you tap. Doesn't matter where he's at, what submission he has, he is gonna squeeze. Power in those hands. I mean, how many times we've seen him finish people? About as long as Arlovsky. So, but I would say Glover's in a lot better shape.
Yeah, Andre Arlovsky won the title from Tim Silva. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
That's how long ago.
He fought Pedro Rizzo. I mean, come on. So, Thiago Santos, watch out for that left hand, man. If he hits it, it is a wrap. Um, it's just all of a sudden he's starting to pepper you up, and that boom, that big left hand lands, and then your legs are gone, and then next thing you know, you're waking up. Very versatile. I like the way that he mixes up going from the head to the body, sprinkle in some kicks. Got some good takedown defense when he's on. But if I'm Glover Teixeira, I don't know if you want to test his power. I might want to take this one down to the ground. So I'm going to go with Thiago Santos getting it done here by TKO.
Ooh, so I'm actually going with Teixeira here.
Nice.
So the reason why is because the last time we saw Santos fight was against John Jones, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he lost the split.
In which he had 2 knee surgeries, and that's on each knee, tore both of his knees up. So coming off of that in such a short time, I just don't know if his power and his kicking and everything is gonna be the way that it was.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's still gonna be there, but not in the dynamic way that he's used to using it. And Glover Teixeira, man, his boxing's high class. He's able to, if he can get into his boxing range and not make it too much of a kickboxing match, then he has a good shot to get inside, get his takedowns, get the fight to wherever he wants to keep it. But Santos, he's got powerful kicks. He's got power in his hands. It's a dangerous fight and for both of these fighters, but the real difference is on the ground. So Shark with the guppy and
Go ahead.
Teixeira, man, that dude has a top game and ground and pound to go with it. Coming off of a great victory. And I feel like it's going to be a similar thing. Fighting a
Well,
guy coming off an injury, long layoff, takes a little bit of damage early, but then comes back and just grinds it out for the victory, gets the finish.
yeah. He's on a Teixeira's on a 4-fight win streak, and his last fight was the TKO on Anthony Smith.
Yeah.
So that's not an easy dude to finish. Like you said, it's really going to come down to how well is Santos going to be able to utilize those kicks, because you said those knee surgeries. We've seen Santos head kick knock out people before, and it's a big part of his offense. So if he can't throw those kicks like he used to, that might limit him, and that might be the edge that Teixeira does need.
Yeah. It's been a long time since he's fought John Jones.
Yeah, I mean, but before that, I mean, he put away Blandovich. He put away a lot of high level guys. So all that momentum, let's see if it got halted or if he's able to pick up right where he left off, just
Kind of
like
like Brian
T-City.
Ortega.
Yeah. And I expect this fight to be just as violent as the Korean Zombie Ortega fight, man, because that one was brutal. That just sounded like car crashes every time they hit each other, and it was a nasty fight. My favorite fights to watch. Um, so yeah, I mean, this one I gotta say is gonna be the fight of the night. Expect violence because both of these men are violent strikers, and they're just ready to end each other. So let's see who's gonna be able to land that shot first. I think
Yeah.
that the speed, the patientness, and if he can use those kicks, is going to give Santos the edge. So
All right. So you're taking Santos. I'm taking Teixeira. So we got a couple different fights this week. So it's going to be interesting to see
yeah,
who
not
wins the
so
battle
not
of the
so
pick.
cut and dry this time.
Yeah, definitely some good matchups here. I don't feel there's going to be a lot of finishes, but I feel that the fights themselves are going to be as entertaining as a finish for some of these.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a couple of these. Um, what's his name? Oh, Claudia and Exana. I expect that one to be a pretty competitive fight. How scrappy are they going to get is yet to be determined, but I hope that they both just kind of go with their stand and bang style and just let the hands fly for a while. That one's interesting. The the Allen fight, that one's going to be another good fight. Um, I think Rony Barcelos is gonna walk through Khalid. Um, Yeah, and Andre Arlovsky is like just like last week. You picked Anderson Silva going with your heart, and I didn't do that, and I was able to pick a perfect card. That felt nice, and I'm not gonna go with my heart on this one either. I gotta go with my brain and and go against one of my favorite fighters of all time, which is hard to do.
Very hard to do.
Andre Arlovsky made me want to get into striking. Let's put it that way.
So, submission of the night. I think we're both taking Allen for possible submission of the night.
Correct.
And then who, who you got for knockout of the night? Are you changing it at all? Or you
One's gonna be tough because there's a few potentials. I'm gonna go with Thiago Santos knockout of the night.
I'm gonna go with the bulldozer here, knocking out Andrei Arlovsky, knockout of the night.
Nice. And then Alan, we got for sub and fight of the night. Who do you got?
I got the main event.
Yeah, I might have to second that one.
This a close second would be the Brandon Allen fight.
Yeah, I think
So
so.
I feel him and Heinrich would be a good candidate for fight of the night as well.
Yeah, I think that there's just a lot of potential on this card. It's just, are they going to be able to live up to the hype in Vegas this time? It's not
I
Fight
think they
Island,
will.
so I think we can get back to some normalcy. Because
Yeah,
Fight Island, anything can happen on Fight Island.
that's for sure.
But other than that, those are our picks. Any other comments you want to make on this card?
Um, Not too much. I feel like we touched on everything so far. Nothing crazy at the weigh-ins, nothing crazy stare downs. Everything seemed pretty straightforward. Just get in the cage and fight. This event's gonna be pretty scrappy. Don't expect a bunch of crazy finishes, but expect a bunch of crazy fights, I would say.
Yeah, I want to see one of those fights where they both drop each other,
Yeah, double knockdowns are always dope.
deep submissions, and then still somehow end up in a decision. So, and I think we got the card to do it.
Yeah, it could be the main event itself.
Yeah, it could be Bozer and Arlovsky. You never know. Arlovsky, he's still a good striker. It's just not what he once was. Like a Toby Keith song. Oh no, that was Trace, huh? Trace Atkins. I ain't as good as I once was.
Well, I think that's gonna do it for us tonight. So why don't you close out the show here, my man?
All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. No watch along this week. For the next fight, we probably have one. But other than that, stay tuned. Next week, we got more episodes of all of our other podcasts, and it's UFC, so I'm sure we'll have another fight prediction next week. But that's going to do it here at the MMA Coach's Corner. It's been the fighter and the coach. You guys have yourself an awesome night.